Hey guys, Victoria here, and welcome to the Geeky Sandbox. So today we are going to be giving our initial geeky thoughts over the movie The Exorcist, The Believer. I saw the original Exorcist movie, Jesus, I don't know how many times, but I know one of the most memorable times was with my really dear friend Monica. What it did for cinema at the time was very iconic, was extremely terrifying at the time in theaters. People were fainting, people were leaving. It was a lot going on. Having that in mind, whenever I decided to go see The Exorcist Believer, I was kind of like, are we gonna be terrified here? Am I gonna be having nightmares after? But let me go ahead and tell you guys the 5 things that I think about The Exorcist The Believer. Number 1, I liked the characters. I wasn't really sure how I was gonna feel. I liked that we had 2 leads. I know that was kind of a gripe that some people had. They felt like the movie was very similar to the first one and that it didn't do anything special and that there were just 2 girls instead of 1 that was possessed. I completely disagree. I think that it added a new layer of storytelling that we didn't quite get with the first one. Not that that means that this movie is better than the first one. I just think that means there's another layer of storytelling here that they were happy to explore. But yes, I like the dynamic between the father and daughter. It kept things interesting, it mixed things up. 2, I like that we got to see our legacy character that was in the trailer, but she also wasn't overused. She wasn't the focal point of this movie, which is the energy that I kind of got from the trailer there. But she kind of stays in her place, offers advice and things like that, but the story is still about these new characters, and I appreciated that. 3, I like that this story was more about the neighboring community where the girls were possessed, instead of it being like them trying to go to the church. Like I said, it was a different angle that they were willing to explore. What do you do when you do not have a priest? What do you do when you're a single father and your daughter and her best friend are just possessed? What do you do? 4, there were certain points where they did have to pay homage to the first movie, and though I thought those moments were fine, I don't feel like they were completely necessary. I do agree with the thought that if they had taken the idea of this story and just made it its own thing, then it would have done just fine without it having to live up to the fact that it is an Exorcist film and that it's almost like a retcon or a direct sequel versus all the movies that came in between. But I don't think that it hurt the movie specifically, but I do think whenever you do have that title, you are setting a certain expectation from your viewers. 5, this movie and the feeling I got from it was insane. The atmosphere, the setting, the music, all combined created an unforgettable experience for me, at least. I felt uneasy. I always think that movies like this, the build-up is so important to the actual possession and creepy, scary stuff like that, right? And it did not fail whatsoever with the build-up getting us to the point of when they do have to perform this exorcism. It was done well. Though I do feel like this movie was not as scary as I thought it was going to be, or not as scary as advertised, but obviously take that with a grain of salt because different types of horror genres affect different people differently. I know for me, possession, demonic horror movies are pretty scary for me. So for my bar, I thought that this was not as scary as I thought it was going to be. Thank you so much for hanging out for these geeky thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and get this edited and up on the channel so you guys can figure out if you are going to go and brave The Exorcist The Believer on your own or with a friend or partner. But yes, until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!